getting ready to go on another walk. Oh, gonna be freezing in the cold. Get my scarf. It is 40 degrees. Okay, I'm on to my second day challenge, and we are gonna talk about starting your YouTube channel. Not just your hesitations, but why it actually feels like it is so hard to find a YouTube, how to start a YouTube channel, and how we're gonna make it easy. Couple of things. Step one, make sure when you are coming up with an idea or whatever the case may be, make sure it's something you're passionate about. Make sure it's something that you really want to do. Make sure it's something that you can talk a lot about and that can appeal to your audience. So that's number one. Number two, we want to make sure that as you are getting to the point of success, that you don't reach your burnout, because you will. Trust me, you will. So that's the other thing. Number two, you also want to make sure as you are going about your day and you're experiencing new things, if you feel like you're getting like a writer's block, or I would say a video block, whatever the case may be, I believe that one of the number one things that have helped me is the fact that doing everyday things, paying attention to my everyday life, how that helps other people. For example, I am trying to have healthier habits. I want to do things that are going to be healthier and benefit me. And in order for me to do that, I am going to have to about myself in order to appeal to my audience. And what I mean by that is, if I want to be healthier, I know there's other people out there that also want to be healthier. They want to be stronger. They want to be mentally strong. They want to be physically strong. Or people that just want to start eating healthy. Like, you don't necessarily have to be a nutritionist, but there may be some things that are affecting you in your everyday life, which health affects everybody, and it helps you to become a lot stronger. That's the content that you can definitely share. You don't have to keep that to yourself. And the other aspect is, when it comes to content and you just absolutely have no idea what you're going to create, I would highly recommend using ChatGPT. If you are hesitant about using technology for your channel, you're missing out on a great opportunity to not only grow and expand what you can do to your channel, but you can also, honestly, you can reimagine what your channel can be. So asking prompts. So if you are not familiar with ChatGPT, please send a comment below and say, hey, I want to know more about ChatGPT and how I can help, because this has been essential for my creativity. And YouTube allows everybody to create at some aspect. And ChatGPT really does help creators to become even more creative. So I would highly, highly recommend it. And this example could be, give me 10 content ideas for a children's channel. And then you can say, with that being said, how can you make it more relatable? How can you make it funny? How can this appeal to the audience of children? If it's a children's channel, then what can I do to say to appeal to an audience of kids ranging between 5 and 8? Like, try your best to be very specific. Or you can say, how can I make my channel to appeal to parents or people who live in their 30s? And so what you're doing is, with you being very specific, it's going to allow you to create a lot more content that'll help you be more specific in your creation. And it'll help you to be consistent, because then it's going to give you a numerous amount of content ideas over and over without reaching that mental burnout. And you can do this, guys. Like, when I say that I have, like, in my mental bank, I probably got like at least thousands of ideas. Thousands. And this allows you to be very creative. Now, let's say you don't want to use ChatGPT and you just want to just use yourself, okay? Or if you don't want to use technology at all. All right, so then you need to go into the factors of who, what, when, and how. Who are you talking to? How can you reach them? Why is this beneficial to them? And then you can talk about when someone thinks about these things, how can it appeal to them in a way that is emotional? And are you trying to provoke an emotional connection? Are you trying to provoke a connection that can reach an audience that has a problem with something? Like, what problem are you trying to solve? So when you're doing that, you're allowing yourself to be an advocate for whatever area that you're reaching. And so instead of thinking about, well, I don't know what to start my niche, I don't know what to start with channel, why don't you just start telling your story? For example, my story is that I was laid off 3 times in a row. Okay, I was laid off 3 times in a row, effective immediately. I got so tired of hearing effective immediately. I was like, oh my gosh, how's this happening again? These were legitimate 500 corporate jobs. What is it? 500 Forbes or Forbes 500 companies, whatever you want to call it. It was legitimate companies who had a lot of money that could definitely carry my roles. I worked in sales. I did really well. I was in the top 5 or 10% in my performance, and I still end up getting let go. This is the thing. Sometimes, whatever position that you're working in, sometimes God will remove you from situations. Yes, it was devastating, but He will remove you from situations, allowing you to be planted somewhere else where you can thrive longer. It's kind of like, okay, airplane. It's kind of like when you try to plant a rose in hard soil, like soil that's not going to do anything for the plant to make it grow. Okay, we want to be seen. But you don't want to be planted where you don't supposed to be. Everybody knows that when you plant a cactus, it has to be in a dry area. That's the only way it's going to grow. But you go and put, I don't know, hydrangeas there, that thing's going to die. It's the same way. You have to be willing to take the hits of things that doesn't feel good, that makes you feel uncomfortable, that puts you in a financially compromised situation, allowing you to thrive in other areas. And I can tell you, number one thing that changed for me when I did get laid off 3 times, it was my mental. It was the ability to say, okay, did I really do something here? Did I really give it my best? And if I did, which I did, what are you trying to do here? Like, what is God trying to show me here? And the only thing I can tell you is God didn't want me there one time. It was like, you've been bloomed when you were planted. You did what you're supposed to do. Now I have more for you. He has more for you. It's not the end. This is the beginning. You want to grow your YouTube channel? You want to start the YouTube channel? It's time to start. YouTube is not on easy mode. I don't know why people are saying that, but it's not. The only thing I can tell you is that it is allowing more creators to create channels, get a little bit more traffic in competition with other larger channels. That's what I can say. You still got to do the work. You still got to show up for work. You still got to show up in your audience and the things that they're looking for. If you're a parent or a mom, you're tired, you're exhausted. If you're a dad, you're tired, you're exhausted. You've been working with kids all day long, and the last thing you want to do is extend yourself out even more, and you're like, what's the point of this? I'm not going to make any money today. But when you plant that seed, you put that seed in that bucket and it's going to grow. But you got to water it. You can't walk away from it and never come back. You got to continuously show up. And so when you do that, you can do what you need to do. If you have a child or kids, I would say, as far as starting a YouTube channel, if you are a kid, You have a lot of potential. You have so many things that are going on right now that could really appeal to people that your age. You're growing in a technology driven economy in every aspect of your life. You should definitely record it. You're creating history, and history is being made right now. So if you just go and do those things, you'll be definitely successful. If you're mom, dad, you will be successful. You new YouTuber, you will be successful. Don't stop at what you're doing. Get those content ideas, put them down, revisit, get an idea or whatever type of bullet point, and give me 3 points of why you're creating this YouTube channel, why it appeals to that group, and make as many videos as you can. Just keep going. It's important for you to just keep going. And once you're able to do that, you will definitely grow your channel, but you cannot stop. You cannot stop. And I think even before there was a 9 to 5, even if before there was, you working from home, whatever the case may be, or whatever that is like really getting under your skin, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm so ready to be over it. Whatever that thing is, you had to be consistent at some point. Whether it be losing weight, you had to be consistent. You still got to be consistent here. And being consistent is showing up for you. You consistently wake up from your bed every day. You consistently wake up from, I don't know, your coffee, whatever that you do on a routine basis. Make it a part of your routine. Make it a part of your routine. Make it a part of your everyday life. Make it something that you look forward to doing. Don't make it something that is a chore that you have to check off your list and you're like, ugh, I gotta create another YouTube video. I gotta create some more content. I gotta sit and think of it as an avenue of you saying, I am getting ready to do something for myself that is going to help others, that is going to help grow their brands, and I have something valuable to offer. And you do. So I'm just gonna let you leave on that. Like and subscribe. Please share this video, and I know that you have an opportunity to make today amazing. So I hope y'all have a great day. Bye.